The poem Once Upon a Time by Gabriel O'Cara. The literary devices. We are going to discuss some common literary devices used in this poem. Take the poem into your hand. Right. Once upon a time. Write down first technique. The first person point of view. The first person point of view. Write down. The story of the past and present societies. The story of the past and present societies is narrated, N-A-R-R-A-T-E-D, narrated by a speaker within the poem. The speaker is really the poet. The speaker is really the poet. Right. Second technique, the free verse, FREE, the free verse style. The free verse style. Now, free verse means open verse, not a closed verse with rhyming. Right? Now, all modern poets, especially non-English poets, they are not capable of writing closed verse because of the limited language abilities. Therefore, they prefer open verse or free verse style. O'Cara too uses it. And also free verse style helps the writer or the poet to express feelings and thoughts freely without any limitation. Write down. Like all other modern poets, O'Cara too uses the open verse style, which enables, E-N-A-B-L-E-S, which enables the expression of feelings and thoughts freely. The expression of feelings and thoughts freely. Right. Then write down next, third one, metaphor, M-E-T-A-P-H-O-R. Write down, my shadow. First one, my shadow. Write down, it generally refers to people without any heart or spirit. S-P-I-R-I-T, spirit. Next one, empty pockets, my empty pockets. Next metaphor. It means the emptiness of good moral values. The emptiness of good moral values in human hearts. In human hearts. Right. Next technique. Simile, S-I-M-I-L-E. Simile. Please quote the simile like a fixed portrait simile. Now, what is the idea? Simile of a picture, portrait. It means this portrait smile has a mechanical laugh, smile, mechanical sense. It does not express the feelings of the inner heart, like a smile in the portrait of a man's or woman, portrait of a man or woman, right? Write down. The simile refers to the senseless mechanical laugh and smile. The senseless mechanical laugh and smile that people have. That people have. There is another effective simile. Caught it down. Like snakes bear fangs. Like snake bear fangs. Very effective, very meaningful. Very meaningful. Okay. In this simile, the poet refers to the corrupted, venomous nature, V-E-N-E-M-O-U-S, venomous nature of human heart. Human heart. They are compared to venomous snakes with the venom of corrupted values. And this venom can kill any good heart. Any good heart. Right? Next technique, storytelling mode. STORY. Storytelling, TELLING. Storytelling mode, MODE. This is not really a poetic technique. This is a writing technique. But this poem is written as a story and narrated as a story. Therefore, you can take it as a specific technique in this poem. Write down. The poem is a narrative about, NARRATI, narrative about change of values. Change of values in human societies. Change of value in human societies. The poet narrates this story. The poet narrates this story to his little son. Little son. Little son. He begins the poem. He begins the poem with the common phrase, PHRAC, phrase. Please quote, once upon a time, put inverted commas. Once upon a time, used in telling stories. Used in telling stories. Used in telling stories. Tone and mood. Next technique. Tone and mood. The poet maintains a critical and sarcastic, SARCASTIC, sarcastic tone and mood in his comments on the contemporary people. Contemporary people. When he refers to the past people, he is admirable, happy, and nostalgic. NOSTALGIC, nostalgic. nostalgic. Right. Sound devices. The poet does not pay much attention. The poet does not pay much attention to the conventional sound devices of poetry. But here and there, they are used. Enrhyming, examples, hearts, eyes. It is imperfect enrhyming, not perfect enrhyming, imperfect, because they have different vowel sounds. Hearts, eyes. Then you can also find twice, thrice. Twice, thrice. Twice, thrice. Caught them. Right? Then here things, faces, and even smiles rhyme with faces. This is not regular rhyming, not deliberately used rhyming words here and there. Right. Rhyming. Then some assonance, A-S-S-O-N-A-N-C. Sometimes in the exam, a line is given and some sound device specific to that line is questioned. For that reason, please learn. Assonance means vowel rhyming. Feel at home, come again. Now check. They say, and when I come again, feel at home once or twice. There will be no thrice. For then I find doors shut on me. Vowel rhyming. Right? Now let's read another line. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts. They laugh with their eyes. But now they only laugh with their teeth, while their eyes block cold eyes. Now here one is found. Block cold O. Block O, cold O. It is very difficult to find because not deliberately used. One example, right? Search behind my shadow. There was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts. But that's gone, son. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hands search my empty pockets. So I have learned many things. I have learned to wear many faces, like dresses, home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face. Now here, host and cock, another A, another O sound, another O sound. All right. Not carefully used. Even some alliteration. Now, repetition of initial consonantal sound, alliteration. For example, now see, now here hands, H, her sound, and hearts, her sound. Hands, hearts, quote and underline H. Alteration. Not deliberately used as before. But still, if they question, you have to mention. In the examination paper, they may question giving a line to you. I have learned many things, so I have learned to wear many faces, like dresses, home face, right? So I have learned to laugh with all my teeth, shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean glad to see you, right? Now, being bored. Now here, alteration. Being, bored, but. Likewise, you can find some examples here and there, but not carefully used. Okay. There are sound devices. Now, I think that's enough for your exam because techniques are not much questioned. Sometimes only in the context questions, they check your knowledge about techniques. Really, sometimes they may have an essay type question on techniques, but not from this poem, I think. Now, traditional or conventional poetry. Now, think of the eagle, farewell to barn and stack and tree. Or the bird came down the walk. They have some accepted non-devices because they are all closed verse, not open verse. You can write much about them. To the evening star, to the Nile. There are techniques, right? But in modern poetry, the poets, they do not pay much attention to these techniques. They only focus the subject matter, their idea, what they want to say to their society, right? That is why we do not find in modern poetry such a conventional techniques used in old poetry, right? I think it's enough for these techniques.